By the end of this video, I hope you have a little bit better understanding of how Mac menu bars work. And then I also want you to be creating folders using Finder. So, to begin, let's say you are a PC person. That means you have a personal computer and you have like an IBM or something along those lines. Hewlett Packard, all kinds of different companies make those. So I'm going to open up iTunes. And when I look at iTunes, like if I was in a PC, this window that moves would actually have the words File, Edit, Song, View, all up here. Like the actual menu bar would be built in to the floating window if I were using a PC. I'm not using a PC, so let's see how that looks on a Mac. This top area displays the options for whatever program you are running. Right now I'm in iTunes, so I can see that it says iTunes, File, Edit, and if I want to access any special features, I can just click and move around to go to Preferences and so on. In most programs, if you hit the red X, it will close the window but not completely shut down the program. So again, you can minimize, which will keep it in the dock. You can red X it, which will show nothing, so that then maybe you'd have to click on the app again. And you can full screen it. But I think a lot of us are trained to full screen, and I think it makes working between separate windows difficult. So if you're having a hard time following along ever, back out of full screen. Now, when I go and I look in this desktop view, this is what is the desktop. It's like your working space. I've clicked, and now it says Finder. If I click here, it says QuickTime Player. So as I click through these different programs, you'll see my choices change up top. Now I point that out because sometimes you might be working in a program like SketchUp and you'll say, hey, the program is open down here, but I don't actually see it. Well, the reason for that is because you need to be viewing a new file. So you might have to go to like File, New. So yeah, hopefully it's clear, or a little bit more clear, that this is where all your editing options will end up. With that being said, we need to create folders. And you've already organized things in your drive, but if you use a program like SketchUp in class, then you need to have a destination for your files that you work on this computer. If we have shared files, we might end up with a cluttered desktop that belongs to other people, and other people might mess with your stuff. So we want to keep your personal files organized and out of other people's way so they don't open things by mistake. Click on this face. This is Finder. By default, you are automatically shown this window. You don't want to mess around in these files here because all of these different files can be moved around pretty easily. And if you move something from here, you might not know where it ends up. So instead, go to the Documents folder by clicking under the Favorites. Under Favorites, you see all my files, AirDrop, and so on. If you don't see these options, have a teacher help you by going to Preferences and tracking down the sidebar to make sure that those are selected. So pause this if you need to make sure you are in the Documents folder. Once in the Documents folder, you have this stack of folders. Click in this white area down here while holding Control. So let me say that again. With your keyboard, press the Control button and make sure that's the one to the furthest left next to the Function key. Click Control, hold it down, and then click with the trackpad. We are going to create a new folder. In this new folder, it shows a shaded blue and you'll get used to recognizing that you can edit this now. Start typing your name, capital letters for your first name, and then include your last as well. It's at the end right now, but when I hit return or enter, it moves it up to sort it alphabetically. If by accident you clicked away from this and it didn't pick up on your name, patiently click once and then click a second time, and it will let you go in and edit that folder. Click down in this white area to be out of that folder. Notice that these triangles point to the right, and that there's multiple windows to go deeper and deeper and deeper into folders. Choose your name all over again. These are lots of instructions. Make sure you are pausing and revisiting the video if you need to, by rewinding. I want to place a folder inside of this John Rubin folder. I'm going to do a control click. I'm going to choose New Folder. I'm going to type 3, capital D, capital P with a space before it, RINTING. This is where our 3D printing folder and files will go. We'll put all of the different projects that we create in this 3D printing folder. Make sure you are on your name, but then inside the 3D printing so that we can add a folder within that folder. Do a control click and choose New Folder and add the word Images, IMAGES. When you're doing 3D drawing, you might end up saving something from the internet, and I don't want to have a list of 20 files in here, so any pictures that you create you can push into the Images folder and be better organized that way. Hopefully after watching this video you have a better understanding of how these menus work up top, and also you must have your name 3D printing with images under it. If yours does not look exactly like this in the Documents folder, see a teacher for help or get it cleaned up by rewatching the video.